Okay, guys, here we are doing alcohols. We're gonna focus on alcohols. Alcohol is one of the organic compound of the organic chemistry. Now, when you look at the alcohol, you'll see by the OH. There's an OH. The alcohol you'll see in OH. So it's gonna be. Let me start with the functional group. It's gonna be a carbon with the OH, right? So this OH. So the name of this functional group, guys, once there's an OH like that, you must know it's an alcohol. So the functional group structure of an alcohol, it's OH. And the suffix of an alcohol, as it says alcohol, so it's going to be all, right? The suffix at the end, you have an O, right? For an alcohol, and the general formula is going to be CN2N plus 1 and then OH. Is the same as the haloalkane, is the same this part, but the difference is this. In the haloalkane it was an X, here it's a what? It's a OH. Right, guys, the name of this functional group, the name of the functional group, it's important here, guys. It's called what? Hydroxyl group. The OH, the OH in water, it's called a what? An hydroxyl group. So guys, the functional group structure of an alcohol it's that when you draw it, it's one carbon with the OH, and then the general formula for that, it's that one, and the suffix, it's what? It's O, right? It's OL, right? I hope I make sense for that. Now let's move to the questions now. Now guys, let's say if we have an example, we have this type of an alcohol, so yeah, so we have that. Let's say we have that, for example, 1. Now guys, here you have 1 carbon, 2 carbons. So if you have 2 carbons, that means it's a what? It's an ethane. It's going to be an eth. Now, very important here. So we have a functional group, which is it's an OH, which is the hydroxyl there. So this one, it's going to be eth. So when we name this one, guys, it doesn't matter when it comes to ethanol, it's in which carbon, because this is carbon 1, this is carbon 2. So even if it was here, it was going to be carbon 1. Even if it was here, it's 1. So even if it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's carbon 1. It's carbon 1 anyway, guys. Because if it was here, we're going to say 1, 2. If it was here, we're going to say 1, 2. So it's carbon 1. So we're going to name this one, we're going to say it's ethane, right? We're going to say it's what? It's ethane, right? And then, since we have a suffix of an alcohol, we're going to say it's ethanol, right? The ethanol is one of the alcohol that is in the lab that it can make you intoxicated as well. But I'm not giving you an idea, guys. It's dangerous to do that. Right, so guys, I hope I make sense. So it's gonna be 2 carbons, it's ethane. If there were 1, it was going to be methane. 3 propane, there's an N. You don't just say eth and then put an O. You say it's ethane, propane, butane. Okay, let's do the second one. The second example here we're going to have is, let's say the OH is here now in this case, right? Okay, now when it comes to this, you have 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be what? That's gonna be what? Propane. But you need to state where's the address of this OH, this hydroxyl group. It's in 1, 2, 3. So that means it's in what? It's in carbon what? Carbon 1, 2, 3. So it's in carbon 1. So you need to state that it's a what? It's a propanol. It's propane 1O. Propane, which is the parent, and then the 1, it means the OH, it's in carbon 1, right? So we numbered this carbon, it's carbon 1, because this functional group we considered, it takes the preference in terms of numbering the carbon. It's in this one, so this is going to be 1. If it was here, it was not going to matter if it's this one or this one is not 1. I hope I make sense. Let's go back to this one and write the condensed formula for this one. It's going to be CH3, CH2, and what? And OH. And the molecular formula here, is going to be C2, 2 carbons, and 5 hydrogens, and the what? And the OH. Right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hydrogens and 2 carbons and the OH. Right? Or you can say in 2 carbons, 6 hydrogen, which is including that one, and the O. It's the same. And then here, the condensed formula for this one, it's going to be CH3, I hope you're following, CH2, and then CH2 and OH, right? It's a CH3, CH2, CH2, and the OH, right? Okay, the molecular formula here, it's going to be 3 carbons, right? And the hydrogens, you can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7. It's 7, and the what? The OH, right? Let's look at the third example, guys. The third example here, this is when we have like this, our OH is there, right? And let's also do the fourth example. The fourth example, it's when we have 4 carbons and the OH is there. In this alcohol here that we have here, we have 1, 2, 3 carbons. In the mid carbon, we have an hydroxyl, which is an OH there. So this will be carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, or 1, 2, 3. The OH will still be 2, carbon 2. So the name of this one, we're going to say propane. And then we stated the address of the OH. It's what? It's 2O. It's in carbon 2. Let's quickly look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 carbons, but the OH, it's closer to this end than that one. It's closer to this side than this side. So this will be carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. So the name of this one is going to be what? Butane. And butane what? 2O. Because the OH, it's in carbon what? Carbon 2. Right? I hope I do make sense when it comes to that. Now, let's take, let's say, in this case, we have a little bit longer. So we have an OH, and yeah, it's quite easy. And it's close to this side, as you can see. It's closer to this side, to this carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be what? 5 is going to be what? A pentane. Pentane what? Pentane 2O. Or you can spice it and say 2 pentanol. Still, it says the OH is in 2. Even this one, you can say it's what? 2-butanol, right? Even this one, you can say 2-propanol, right? Let's look at the alcohol when it has a branch. Now let's count this. Let's start with the 7. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That means when you count in this way, you are including this one. 1, 2, 3, you are also including. So let's take the parent as this one, right? So since it's in the middle, so this will be carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, or 1, 2, 3. It will be always 2. So now in this case, we have a what? We have a branch there, the methyl. So it's going to be what? We're going to start with the branch. It's 2-methyl. The methyl is in carbon 2, right? So it's 2-methyl and then propane, right? And then the alcohol, it's in 2 as well. It's 2 what? 2O. I hope I make sense. Now let's look at this one. We have a parent chain here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can never be this, because if it's this, that means you are excluding this in the parent chain. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is a shorter, so it's not an option. The option is this. So our parent chain here, it's this one, that one. That's the only option. So we have an OH and we have a what? A ethyl. A branch that is an ethyl. So now in these longest chain that we have, the OH is in the first carbon. So we're going to consider the OH. OH takes the preference. You don't check where is this one or what. You check the OH, where is it? The OH is in the first carbon. So this will be carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5, carbon 6. Right? So what we are doing now, we're going to start with the ethyl. The ethyl is in 3. You're going to say 3 ethyl, because our ethyl is in carbon 3 ethyl, and then this is 6 carbon. It's going to be hexane what? 1 O, because the OH is in carbon what? 1. The OH is in carbon 1, so it's ethyl hexane 1 O. I hope I do make sense when it comes to that.